Hello everyone, welcome back. Today's subject is doing contract farm labor for folks. Get this question a lot locally. I get people that ask me on a regular basis if I'll plow, till, do tractor work for them, basically. Anything from plowing a garden to a cutting and baling hay for them. And I've done quite a bit of that through the years. Whether it be putting up hay or plowing gardens for folks, or contract brush hogging, bush hogging, stuff like that. And I still do a little bit of it. Usually, I took a job last year that I never got done, which I was so busy I never could finish it. I started it, but I never finished it. And it was a bush hogging job. Actually, there's a video of it. I think Mowing Mountain Pasture is the video of me doing some of that. But some jobs you can do okay, and some jobs you just are best to avoid. That job was okay. I mean, it was a big enough job to pay me for doing it. What I run into a lot of times is on these smaller jobs, unfortunately, I have to price them to the point that it's ridiculous. And I know it's ridiculously priced. But, for instance, if someone's got a 1/4 acre garden or even a 1/2 acre garden and it's 15, 20 miles away, I've got, by the time I hook the tractor to the plows, load the tractor on the trailer, hook the truck to the trailer, drive at 15 or 20 miles, spend an hour plowing, charge them 50, 60 bucks an hour for plowing. By the time I'm done, I spent 3.5 hours and made 50 bucks, which, at $15, $17 an hour is not a bad rate. But on the flip side of that, I probably also spent $20 in fuel, plus wear and tear on the equipment, etc., etc., etc. And that's if you don't break anything. And of course, if you break anything, you're just out whatever it was you broke. So if you're a small farmer and you're looking at doing tractor work on the side to help supplement, in the right situations, it can be good. Now, if I'm plowing one of my fields, and I've got 7 or 8 of them, I'd have to sit down and count them actually. If I'm plowing one of my fields and someone's got a garden, 1/4 acre garden next to it, yeah, 25 bucks, I'll knock it out for them, and I just drive a tractor over and knock it out and be done with it. I don't have to, I'm already hauling and moving the equipment anyhow. But if you're a small farmer and you're looking at doing that, just be careful, and look at the total cost of what it takes to do that for folks. And, it's a good way, particularly for beginning farmers, to kind of know people, to get to know people. Because a lot of times these folks that have these little gardens and little spots like that, they'll have other land that they may lease to you to farm or whatever. Same with hay. A couple years ago, and this is my own hay, in a dry year, I wound up having about $25 a roll in the hay when I got it done. I was just selling it for $30. And if you contract mow and bale somebody's hay and they're putting fertilizer on it, at the end of the day, it may be easier just to sell them the hay than it is to contract putting it up. And, I've worn out some hay equipment doing that for other people. It's not a complaint, it's just simple facts. But, it did generate some income at that time, if you got time to do it. And, another thing I run into, just like with last year, sometimes the contract jobs, and I need to get a hold of this fella and see if he wants me to finish it and get over and finish it. I told him I would. some things I run into is if I'm working on this contract job, my stuff is slipping. In other words, I'm letting it go or neglecting it to try to get these contract jobs done. But that's just some thoughts. Keep in mind, you know, as a farmer, you've got $50, $60, $70, $80,000 tied up in equipment. You know, when people say, well, you know, it's a little high to plow a garden, and it is. I mean, I'm not going to deny that, you know, if you price it, you got to price it high, but, you know, $50,000 for a tractor is high too. So, you know, it's one of those things. As a rule of thumb, you know, unless they're friends or neighbors or something like that, I try to avoid doing any contract work now. There was a time I done quite a bit of it. You know, it can get into a headache real quick. A lot of times, you know, you'll contract with people, and I've had this happen in the past. Several years ago, you know, you'll do a contract job for them, and you know, they think, you know, that you're working for them, which you are. But you know, if I'm a contractor and I've got a certain time to do a certain job, then you know, that's the deal, and you know, stick to it. But that's just some thoughts. Like I said, if you are a small farmer, contract farm work for people can be profitable in the right situations, and it also can be more trouble than it's worth in some situations. And I'll probably continue to do a little bit on the side, but I pick and choose what I do, to be honest with you. So if you like what we're doing, hopefully we will have some videos coming of us actually doing something. Subscribe to us, you know, comment on a video, ask questions, let us know what you think. If you like it, hit the like button, and until next time, take care of yourself. We'll talk to you later.